Yoginī Ekādaśī. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, I have heard the glories of the Nirjala Ekādaśī, which occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Jesha. Now I wish to hear from you about the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the months of Ashadha, June, July. Kindly describe to me all about it in detail, O killer of the Madhu demon. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna then replied, O King, I shall indeed tell you about the best of all fasting days, the Ekadashi that comes during the dark part of the month of Asadha. Famous as Yoginī Ekādaśī, it removes all kinds of sinful reactions and awards supreme liberation. O best of kings, this Ekadashi delivers people who are drowning in the vast ocean of material existence and transports them to the shore of the spiritual world. In all the three worlds, it is the chief of all sacred fasting days. I shall now reveal this truth to you by narrating a history recounted in the Purāṇas. The king of Alakapuri, Kuvera, the treasurer of the demigods, was a steadfast devotee of Lord Shiva. He employed a servant named Hemamali as his personal gardener. Hemamali, a yaksha like Kuvera, was very lustfully attracted to his gorgeous wife Svarupavati, who had large and enchanting eyes. Hemamali's duty was to visit Manasarovar lake and bring back flowers for his master Kuvera, with which he would use them in the puja offerings to Lord Shiva. One day after picking the flowers, Hemamali went to his wife instead of returning directly to his master and fulfilling his duty by bringing the flowers for the puja. Absorbed in loving affairs of bodily nature with his wife, he forgot to return to the abode of Kubera. O king, while Hemamali was enjoying with his wife, Kubera had begun the worship of Lord Shiva as normal in his palace, and soon discovered that there were no flowers ready to be offered in the midday puja. The lack of such an important item angered the great demigod even more, and he asked Yaksha's messenger, Why has dirty-hearted Hemamali not come with the daily offering of flowers? Go find out the exact reason and report back to me in person with your findings. The Yaksha returned and told Kubera, Oh dear Lord, Hemamali is freely enjoying sex with his wife. Kubera became extremely angry, and when he heard this at once summoned lovely Hemamali before him. Knowing that he had been remiss and dawdling in his duty and exposed as meditating on his wife's body, Hemamali approached his master in great fear. The gardener first paid his obeisances and then stood before his lord, whose eyes had become red with anger and whose lips trembled in rage. So enraged, Kubera cried out on Hemamali, Oh, you sinful rascal, all destroyer of our religious principles! You are walking offense to the devas. I therefore curse you to suffer from white leprosy and to become separated from your beloved wife. Only great suffering is deservedly yours. Oh, low-born fool, leave this place immediately and betake yourself to the lower planets to suffer. And so Hemamali fell at once from grace in Alakapuri and became ill with a terrible affliction of white leprosy. He awoke in a dense and fearful forest where there was nothing to eat or drink. Thus he passed his days in misery. Unable to sleep at night due to pain, he suffered in both winter and summer season. But because he continued to worship Lord Shiva himself with faith, his consciousness remained purely fixed and steady. Although implicated by great sin and its attendant reactions, he remembered his past life because of his piety. After wandering for some time here and there, over mountains and across plains, Hemamali eventually came upon the vast Himalayan mountain ranges. There he had the wonderful good fortune to come upon the great saint Markandeya Rishi, the best of ascetics, whose duration of life is said to extend to 7 of the days of Brahma. Markandeya Rishi was seated peacefully at his ashrama, looking as effulgent as a second Brahma. Hemamali, feeling very sinful, stood at a distance from the magnificent sage and offered him his humble obeisances to him and chose prayers. Always interested in the welfare of others, Markandeya Rishi saw the leper and called him near. "Oh you, what sort of sinful deeds have you done to earn this dreadful affliction?" Hearing this, Hemamali replied, "Dear sir, I am Yaksha servant of Lord Kubera, and my name is Hemamali. It was my daily service to pick the flowers from Mansarovara lake for my master, worship of Lord Shiva. But one day I was late in returning with the offering because I had become overwhelmed with lusty passion for enjoying bodily pleasures with my wife. When my master discovered why I was late, he cursed me in great anger. Thus I am now bereft of my home, my wife and my service. But fortunately I have come upon you, and now I hope to receive from you an auspicious benediction. For I know that devotees such as you are merciful as Supreme Lord, and always carry the interest of others uppermost in their hearts. That's their nature, O best of sages. Please help me." Soft-hearted Markandeya Rishi replied, "Because you have told me the truth, I shall tell you about a fast day that will benefit you greatly. If you fast on the Ekadashi that comes during the dark fortnight of the months Ashadha, you will surely be freed of this terrible curse." Upon hearing these blessed words from the renowned sage, Hemamali fell to the ground in complete gratitude and offered him his humble obeisances again and again. But Markandeya Rishi stood there and lifted Hemamali up, filling him with inexpressible happiness. Thus, as the sage had instructed him, Hemamali dutifully observed the Ekadashi fast, and by its influence he again became a handsome yaksha. Then he returned home, where he lived very happily with his wife. Lord Sri Krishna concluded, "So you can readily see, O Yudhishthira, that fasting on Yoginī Ekādaśī is very powerful and auspicious. Whatever merit one obtains by feeding 88,000 pious Brahmanas is also obtained by observing a strict fast on Yoginī Ekādaśī. For one who fasts on this sacred Ekadashi, she destroys heaps of sinful reactions and makes him most pious. O king, thus I have explained to you the purity of Yoginī Ekādaśī." Thus ends of Vrijavasi narration of the glories of Ashadha Krishna Ekadashi or Yoginī Ekādaśī from the Brahma Vaivarata Purāṇa.